Welcome to another episode of Hood Games. I'm your host, a 40-year-old gamer, and today we're going to talk about the what Sony PlayStation is not telling their fans. And the reason why I'm bringing this video up is because there's been a lot of what I call propaganda going on from the PlayStation side of the road, you know, and Xbox has been getting attacked with false information for like the last almost 2 weeks now. And we got a meeting coming up, so, you know, without a doubt, everything's finna expose a whole lot of lies, and people know it's coming. So, you know, let's get into a video and react to PlayStation. What Sony PlayStation ain't telling you. What they not telling their fans, man.
Games, and I figured out why. It's not the reason people accuse me of being biased. Towards Xbox games, and I figured out why. It's not the reason people accuse me of being biased. Yesterday's State of Play made it very clear why PlayStation is fighting an uphill battle. They just don't know it yet against Xbox, and this video is going to tell you why.
You're welcome, all right, because it was our ridicule, our mockery that caused Xbox to reverse their foolish behavior of charging you guys $120. Even though I know some of you guys are probably using your disability checks to pay for the Xbox Gold. It's fine. It's okay. Now you have more. Now you have more time to get I don't know, shampoo and put it in the bathtub and then fart and see the bubbles. You're welcome.
That looks really fun. That looks like a fun trailer. You know, my mind's not blown, but it's kind of cool. Let's give it a shot. That's awesome. It's a good feeling to have, right? PlayStation, because they pretty much charge for everything, regardless of this is 40, this is 70, whatever, they simply, because Game Pass exists, and this is something I never anticipated, Game Pass having this kind of an effect. Because Game Pass exists and you've been conditioned, or if you play on Game Pass, you've been conditioned that a game like this that just seems, it could be brilliant fun, but it could also be like, I don't want to pay for something like this. And you want me to be excited by it, or you want the customer to be excited by it, you've got to, you got to do better.
We'll say interesting moves throughout this PlayStation 5 generation. And part of that was them contending with the situation, the pandemic, and just trying to get consoles out there, and even to the point now where they seem to be raising prices halfway through the generation when we normally go the opposite direction. And while that seems to be a big focus right now for people, something else seems to be happening at Sony, and I kind of feel like throughout the rest of this generation going into the next one, there's going to be some pretty big changes and maybe even upgrades depending on how you're looking at it for Sony and what I guess I would call just their PlayStation ecosystem, not necessarily just a PlayStation system. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit here with you guys today and see what you think. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new here to the Spawn Wave channel. So first things first, something actually popped up yesterday that caught my interest once again, because it's not the first time we've seen this, where this is an exclusive at True Trophies. New data suggests PlayStation PC trophies are in the works. Now, I say this isn't the first time we've seen this because there was data mining that took place for Marvel Spider-Man Remastered on PC, and trophies were found in it, but nothing really came of that from what I remember. Like, it was never like, oh yeah, there's trophies. You just unlock them and you get them and it's part of your PlayStation account. But what happened at that time was, okay, maybe we're seeing them start to lay the groundwork of their plans for a PC launcher. All right. Well, they say here the very scanners allow us to bring you up-to-date trophy list directly from the PlayStation Network. Picked up a new PS5 trophy list with an interesting additional platform listed alongside of it, PSPC. The trophy list in question was simply titled Trophy Set and wasn't attached to any particular game, appearing to be a test list of some kind. So there's a few ways you can read into this. One, Sony is just attempting to bring trophies to their Steam releases, as in, hey, if you have a PlayStation Network account and you sign in, you'll unlock trophies for your account that you've basically had.
PlayStation gonna make an app.
Even the PlayStation 3 days when when we got trophies enabled and all that, sure. The other aspect here is they're preparing a world where there is a separate launcher for PlayStation, and that's where you'll unlock your different trophies. Now, to my understanding, with Steam, there are some games that have Xbox achievements and some games that don't. It seems to be kind of, a mixed bag. If you play, obviously, on like the Microsoft Store, all of that'll work fine. That's typically where I'll pick up these different PC games from Microsoft, considering it's like Game Pass for PC. I'll just download. I mean, it already comes with Windows, right? So I'll just grab it there. But for people who buy
that's
it on
what people
Steam,
ain't understanding.
they have mentioned that you will still unlock achievements.
Windows
so, sure,
and PC
it's
is
possible
Microsoft.
They could go either way. It's possible they could technically do both, so that they still support Steam, because it would be a very strange business move to leave Steam, unless there is some concern that Microsoft might buy Valve. That came out during the email, some of the different emails from Microsoft with this situation, obviously, with Activision Blizzard. A lot of stuff came out with those leaks. I mean, Valve was being sized up by Microsoft next to, WB, and even Nintendo, apparently. All that was just kind of them being explained to, we probably can't get Nintendo, but Valve, I mean, it's very possible. So Sony probably has to realize, okay, there might be a future where Microsoft owns Valve and owns Steam, which means that, technically then we'd be selling on their storefront, and any of these PC games that we release, we're giving them, like a 30% cut. And we already know that Jim Ryan has been
but you act like
somewhat
Microsoft ain't
with,
part of the PC, man.
Limited number of games that can sell within that PlayStation console ecosystem. Like, if you just release it on the PlayStation 4, in this case the PlayStation 5, as it builds up its install size, kind of sees it, as he says right here, right now success with the current console model, a really great PlayStation hit, you're talking 10 or 20 million people being able to play that game. Then goes on to say, to kind of gate that
like
audience
third party
for
to me.
wonderful entertainment that our studios are making, to gate the audience for that at 20 or 30 million frustrates me. I would love to see a world where hundreds of millions of people can enjoy those games, which then also brings us to cloud streaming, which they technically are launching that this month. But we heard about this from Inside Gaming. Tom Henderson had kind of talked about some pretty serious investments that Sony was making behind the scenes to enable things like 4K, HDR. I mean, they're doing a lot here to try to bring a very high quality experience, relatively speaking, through the cloud, which is still an unproven method to deliver games, but Sony is trying to at least make a serious effort here, whereas before it was definitely half-hearted, right, with the PlayStation Now stuff back in the day. This seems to be a legitimate push in that direction of having something maybe closer to what Stadia did. Look, Stadia got crushed for the content that it offered and the way that they did, and rightfully so, because it just wasn't that appealing. But the quality of the stream for these games, the input, it's actually pretty good. It was best in class next to, I know people tell me that GeForce Now has gone through some substantial upgrades, but Stadia was pretty good, all things considered, when it comes again to cloud streaming. So I look at the cloud streaming stuff, I see the trophy stuff for PC that's being uncovered. I believe eventually that the streaming stuff will make its way to different TVs, probably Sony, like Bravia, that kind of thing. All like the Sony branded TVs, sure. Phones, that would make sense. And also to PC. In fact, if they had a launcher to go alongside
PC,
of
that's
games,
that's Microsoft.
Stream stuff through it. You can sign up for PlayStation Plus, and then they effectively figured out how to bring their subscription service from PlayStation to PC. It's still a difficult thing to figure out, and I think that's something that Microsoft continues to try to work through. How do we get PC gamers to pay a subscription fee when we can't lock online multiplayer behind it? That's something they can do with Xbox currently, and probably will continue to do so, unfortunately. But with PC, you basically have to show up with content, and technically Sony, if they adapt enough of their games to PC, I mean, they could have PlayStation Plus, extra, and premium tiers there ready to go. And then it gets a bit more interesting when you realize that Sony has made investments into mobile. All right, and Microsoft has actually purchased, according to them, Activision Blizzard King specifically because of their mobile stuff.
Yeah,
Although,
of
I mean,
course.
come on, Call of Duty is part of the package. Obviously, that was a
Oh,
big factor.
yeah,
but
that's true, but
apparently, the
still,
mobile side is something that
mobile's
Microsoft
big.
is very, very interested in. And I think part of that is because they do want to launch an Xbox mobile gaming store. Now, if you're unaware, Apple and Google have been kind of going through it right now with regulators because, yeah, they locked down their different phones to this gated community kind of where this walled off garden. You can't have another storefront on their devices. And yeah, it'd be viewed as anti-competitive because it's just one store that they hold up on their hardware. So
I bet you they're
that's
changing
something
their
that's going
minds
through
now.
where it seems like regulators trying to break down those walls, and that would enable Microsoft, for example, to have an Xbox mobile gaming application in store. And it would also allow Sony to do the same. And when I see things like them buying Savage Game Studios with the idea, according to them, to bring PlayStation experiences, intellectual properties, to phones, you go, okay, well, are they going to
They're
bring
going digital, all digital.
like the actual games from Sony, or are these going to be those kind of dumbed down phone experiences? Well, we're seeing Resident Evil 4, we're seeing Village, we're seeing Assassin's Creed Mirage, Death Stranding. By the way, the Decima engine going to iPhone, and it makes you kind of go, oh, well, maybe in like 10
I ain't
years,
gonna lie, I'm not interested in
we'll
playing
have
on my
phones
phone.
that are just playing like these large experiences. And that's the biggest thing I think people need to realize. While we're talking more and more about the here and now, or even maybe the rest of this generation, which we assume is like another 5 years, a lot of these companies are thinking 15 or even 20 years into the future. And right now is a very pivotal moment for Sony, considering Jim Ryan is about to leave to start 2024. And while there's a lot of celebrating online, I do wonder the next person who comes in and takes over as like CEO, president, all this of PlayStation, what their thought process will be when it's time to make more money a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, right? How do they do that with what's become a very expected number of console owners for PlayStation? 100 to 150 million seems to be a general lock unless it's the PlayStation 3, but these are companies, they want to go a bit higher than that and then higher than that. And yeah, eventually they have to look outside of PlayStation because these games are getting more and more expensive and they're taking longer to create. So that's when you hear about things like phones, streaming, PC. I think at this time, Sony, behind the scenes, is working to kind of pivot to a point where, yes, they do still have their PlayStation hardware. And
but they're going to go third party.
No, I don't think the PlayStation hardware is going anywhere anytime soon. Like, I'll probably be 60 or 70 and there'll be another PlayStation to buy. So I think actually in our lifetime
how
right
wrong
now,
can
we'll
you
probably
be?
still always have PlayStation hardware. But I think we'll also see games go to PC day and date. I think maybe even on phones same day, and it all kind of revolve around this PlayStation ecosystem where you have your trophies across all these systems, and you can do cross buy, which would be nice for PC. And I think that's kind of the direction they're going in now. And also, I mean, consider this with PlayStation VR 2. That'd be massive if all of a sudden, oh, you can use that headset with your PC that you own, and you can also buy the games off the PlayStation Store with their little app and launcher. And I mean, at least then that hardware, I think, would find a whole new audience because they're already working to try to create drivers and connections for it right now on PC without any involvement from Sony. So yeah, I think if Sony just flipped the switch and said, hey, go ahead and pick it up and plug it in, you can buy it right off of our store, people would actually try out the headset and pick it up. So I'm certainly curious to see where things go in the second half of this generation with the newly appointed president and CEO at PlayStation and how things continue to roll along going into the next generation. And I guess where we'll be, say, in 2028 to start it. Will we have a PC launcher, the ability to play or stream these games right there on our phone, have trophies going across, and really being really refer to PlayStation as more of a platform across multiple different systems and avenue, or is it still just that box that we put under our TVs? It's interesting to see how things are kind of adapting as we go along, and to be honest, looking at someone like what Microsoft has done, kind of seems like Sony is also sort of falling in line with the idea that they just got to reach more people, and that might be the strategy to do it. But let me know what you guys think about all this down below. Do you think I'm onto something here with this, or do you believe that Sony will continue to remain just console and hardware first going forward, and that's going to be the strategy even taking them into next generation? But
there's these articles out there and announcement from Funimation. As I'm not like using Funimation, I didn't see an email necessarily, but they're erasing your digital library because Funimation is finally disappearing, and that everything's going to be all in one place isn't actually the truth. So this article from Ars Technica, they state Sony is erasing digital libraries that were supposed to be accessible forever. Right? So Funimation, Sony-owned streaming service for anime, recently announced that subscribers' digital libraries on the platform will be unavailable after April 2nd. For years, Funimation have been telling subscribers that they could keep streaming these digital copies of purchased movies and shows, but qualifying it forever. But there are some restrictions.
Sony just keep taking y'all movies, huh?
With your digital content. No matter where it is, if it's a movie, if it's an anime, if it's a TV show, if it's a video game, if it's music, there's always restrictions. You own nothing, and you're at the mercy of however they conduct business, restricting access, removing access for whatever various reason. It doesn't freaking matter. You can lose access to your account due to any number of things. Businesses could sell off to another company, and then you lose access. They could licensing. There's a million different reasons you could lose access to something you bought digitally because you're not buying it. You're a digital, no matter the way you look at it, like there's no real ownership behind it. Physical media, depending on what it is, yeah, games a lot of days, and people bring this up too, and I get it, I understand. You know, when you look at physical content as far as video games go, some of them are just essentially a physical key to digital content, which is stupid. It's just the way games are nowadays.
So let me just say this, something that I think is universally known at this point. Xbox is trash. It's that simple. It's that simple. Xbox is complete trash. Just absolute garbage. And the only thing worse than Xbox... The industry is dead, bro. We got nothing to play. Xbox
well, I know this
dead.
can't be the
Now
same
PlayStation
dude.
is dead. We got nothing to fucking play,
I know
bro.
this ain't Amazing Lucas.
We got nothing to fucking play, bro. They better have another conference, bro. They better have a fucking another conference, bro. They better have another conference. That's all I'm gonna say. They better have another conference. They better have a fucking another conference, bro. I don't know what the fuck they doing.
What's going?
We need another conference. It's gonna show us this fucking PS3 goddamn game and talking about, oh look, it's the PlayStation. Get this shit out of here, bro. We don't want this shit. Get
Wow.
this shit out of here, bro.
Wow.
Get this shit to fucking
Oh, he
Xbox.
talking stuff about
What the fuck
PlayStation.
you
We
talking
don't
about?
want it.
Get this shit to fucking Xbox.
No,
don't
you
want
keep
it.
it.
That's the only one you got
Fucking
it.
shit. They living in the past, bro.
You
they
keep
the ones
that.
playing Tetris HD. These niggas will
Pass
accept
on
this
that.
shit. Then they can brag about, oh, it plays at 120 frames. Great. I'm glad your fucking PlayStation 3 looking game plays at 123 frames per second, nigga. Congratulations. Kudos. Get the fuck out of here.
The Amazing Lucas is not done. We have more. Let's watch this one.
Wow, I can't believe this one.
We need to start protesting shit coming on PlayStation. That's what we need to start doing. We
Garbage.
need to start gatekeeping. Nah, that shit can't come
Talked
on
all that
PlayStation,
shit about
man.
Xbox.
What? We are bringing you a new game. We don't want your shit. Get that shit to Xbox. We need to start gatekeeping what comes on this
Get
platform,
that shit to
man.
Xbox.
That's what we need to do. We need to start gatekeeping what comes on this platform. We don't want
They
this
don't
shit, bro.
even want this shit, bro.
Well, it's a PlayStation exclusive. No, the fuck it ain't. No, the fuck it ain't.
That's why
Take
they're
that
going
shit
all
somewhere else, man.
digital.
Take that shit somewhere else. We don't want your shit. Give that nigga to Xbox. They need it. Give it to the Bethesda. I don't give a fuck who you give it to. We don't want this shit, bro. We don't want this releasing on PlayStation 5.
He does not.
I don't want that
Rise
releasing
of
on
Rome.
PlayStation 5. That's not a PS5 fucking title.
Yes, it is.
This is not a PS5 fucking title.
Yes, it is.
This ain't PS5 gameplay.
Yes, it is.
Look at this shit.
I'm
The
looking.
UI looks like it's from fucking 1999.
Yeah.
The UI looks like fucking 1999. This ain't no PS5 fucking
I
title.
was
Fuck
in
outta
the
here,
room when he
bro.
was doing this. Oh my god.
Too
Get the
bad.
fuck out of here, man.
Oh my god.
Oh no, this ain't the same in person, is it?
See, but they get mad when we say it.
They get so upset when we say it.
Nintendo taking wins.
But he's
Nintendo
saying it.
taking W's by default, bro. They're not
He's
doing
salty.
anything to get the W's. They just sitting around fucking with a thumb up their butt. With their little stupid fucking Nintendo Switch. Just, oh, it looks like PlayStation done fucked up. Oh, it looks like Xbox done fucked up. What we win?
PlayStation's not fucked up. Oh my god. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Listen,
Niggas putting out the same game 500 times with fucking different animations. Mario Wonder.
Let's go again. You got another one, man.
Fuck you.
I'm ready for more.
What the fuck are we talking about?
That energy
What
changed
the
real
fuck
quick.
are we actually talking about, fam? Huh? What are we talking about?
PlayStation suck. Look at y'all games
What
right
is
there.
this shit?
That's PlayStation
What
5.
is this? Hold on, let me put it in 1080. No, it still looks like shit.
Yeah, that's
What are we
PlayStation 5.
talking about, bro? And then you're gonna show us a remaster of Until Dawn series? What are you?
It's PlayStation 5.
If you niggas keep on buying these fucking remasters, they are gonna fuck us.
I'm going to buy
Not
it.
even, they are gonna fuck us to death.
I
bro.
gotta get it.
They are,
What
bro.
they're going to do. Stop buying these fucking remasters. A remaster is not a new game.
You gonna give me the
Like a
money
fucking
for it?
Remaster.
Say it again. Come on, man.
A remaster is not a new game.
There you go.
Get this in your fucking skull. What the fuck?
PlayStation
What
in
is this
shambles.
What the fuck is this?
These
Show
are
us
things that's
Ghost of
happening in
Tsushima
PlayStation
2.
they ain't telling
Don't show
you.
us this bootleg bullshit. This fucking Sekiro, fucking Ghost of Tsushima, fucking bastard child. What the fuck is this shit? Doing some Spider-Man, hey, get over here, fucking Scorpion shit. What the fuck?
Hey, that's PlayStation 5
Spot
graphics.
on, dude.
That's PlayStation
what
5
I'm doing.
graphics
It's a
right
fucking
there.
Game, and people keep acting
Yo,
like it's
bro,
some good
this ain't
shit. It's
fucking
not.
cool,
The shit
man.
is whack,
This
bro.
ain't fucking cool, bro.
Facts.
This is not fucking cool. This is unfucking acceptable. This is unfucking acceptable. And you give this fucking weirdo fucking goddamn a blank check. And we will always fund whatever you have, Kojima.
no.
Wow, PlayStation out here looking bad right now, man. Looking real bad. Wow. Starfield PS5 port coming. Reforged
You
Gaming.
tried it.
PlayStation, y'all looking real bad right now. Straight up, man. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all something. All week, all I've been seeing is PlayStation fans putting out these thumbnails that's real misleading, saying how Starfield's coming to PlayStation, PlayStation going third party, PlayStation dumping the Xbox, all types of stuff, man. It's been weird in the mug, man, because so many of these PlayStation fans, they champion for a company that ain't champion for them, man. Now they took away a lot of people's movies and stuff that they paid for again on Funimation. I just feel like this, man. The PlayStation community is very toxic right now, man. You know, I don't know if they see it coming, but PlayStation is going third party. You know, and the proof is right there, man. The videos, man, that, you know, it's like everything that PlayStation is doing. You got PlayStation fans out there trying to turn it around on Xbox. Like us Xbox players is worried about that. We're not worried about that, man. I personally don't care. Like, I know that Microsoft, it's just a matter of time before they do something fucked up too. You know, that's why I'm champion for no system like that, man. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm rolling with Xbox and Microsoft the rest of this generation. So it don't matter what y'all do. You know, PlayStation, to me, just in my opinion, PlayStation, unless like, I don't know, I just feel like PlayStation ain't got no games. Like, they ain't got no games, man. And it's just the truth, man. If nobody else will say it, I will say it. PlayStation ain't got no games right now, man. Alright. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, y'all too old to be playing video games.